We are live. Hello and welcome to the Knives and Nonsense Show. I am your host, Rifty Kniffy. With me here today is Chris,
How
the
y'all
absolute
doing?
unit. Why do they call you the absolute unit, Blade Lord?
Well, that's the nickname Mikey gave me, as a matter of fact.
Um,
I don't know what started that. I
yeah, it's
think it
kind
was
of
just,
a British thing.
yeah.
So we're going to show Victorinox knives today. Got quite a selection of different Victorinox knives, but something that Chris kind of wanted to do. I recently sent him a climber, and he was really thrilled with that. He's been playing around with that. Put some scales on one side, so now it's got the double Swiss logo on it. Whoa, look at you. Magician's knife. A magician's
Super,
climber.
super
How you doing?
special.
Mm-hmm.
Doing all right.
Let's do a roll call real quick. We've got some really cool folks in here tonight. We got Dave, Midnight Crisis. Midnight Crisis.
Yep. The better friend than,
Um,
than Tony.
Better friend than Tony. He's here cheering us on.
Yep.
Tony Bladen Wells. Absent as usual.
Yeah.
Jason Beecher, enjoying everyone, going to bed. Thanks, Jason. Got Marco. Well, we did. And then we have Ground Fog. We have Make Cutlery Great Again.
Mike.
Went to take a shower. Don't know if he's back or not.
Oh, he's back.
You back? Okay.
Yeah.
We have you in here, and we have
Yep.
me in here. And we have Byron from Splitting Slices.
Yep.
One of the most loyal fans that I have. What a fantastic guy. We have also Mike Adams. So hello, Mike, and evening to you as well. But yeah, I thought we would share some of our Victorinox knives. They have a massive range for those that are uninitiated. Essentially, there are exceptions, but they basically have three sizes of knives that they make still in the normal Celador scales, and then you go up in size to like 111s and 114s and some other
130s.
things. Yeah, there are some others, but they're kind of like bread and butter are the 84 and 91 millimeter sizes. And then you've got the smaller ones, like classic SD, for example.
Yeah. Then you got the 93 millimeter Alox.
Then you got the 93 millimeter Alox, right? So we're going to show examples of kind of all the different little things that we've got. We've got some oddball ones and some bigger ones, some smaller ones, some discontinued stuff, some customs. So if you're a fan of Victorinox, we'll try to give you a nice wide variety of different things, rather than showing you just like all 91 millimeters or something like that. Though I do have a lot of the.
Yeah, I'm about to say most of mine are 91 millimeters except for one.
Okay. But let's kick it off with your climber. Kind of tell us what you had prior to that. What kind of got you into the Victorinox stuff?
Well, my Victorinox journey starts, let's see, that would be going on 35 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was 5 years old, and I got a Boy Scout Tinker for Christmas one year. That was my first pocket knife I ever got, and I carried that thing religiously. I don't even know for how long, but that's kind of what.
Were you in the Boy Scouts?
No, I was not. It was kind of something they just, I guess, picked up, and I guess they gave it to me just in case. But
well, I was just thinking at 5, I mean, I guess you could have been in the Cub Scouts, but I don't think you would have been in the Boy Scouts at 5, right?
Okay. Yeah, I don't think so. Well, and that's the thing about it in my area, there weren't enough people or kids to get into it, so we didn't really have a troop around or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it was just a Swiss Army knife.
Mike says he's clueless when it comes to sack, so we'll be teaching him some stuff tonight. He says, I've still got a Vanger from 30 years ago. There you go.
It's vintage, man.
Vintage.
Vintage. Yeah.
Actually,
wrong with that.
I didn't bring my Vingers over here. I only brought the Victorinox stuff, but
Oh, how dare you?
I could go get it. Just have to give me a small break. But yeah, go ahead. Let's see the climber. That was the top of mine because that was one I sent over to Chris recently.
So when he sent it to me, black scales.
Mm-hmm.
And what I thought was just I had something I never really paid attention to was it had the the Swiss shield on that side where it's supposed to be on that side.
On the reverse, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what kind of like, whoa, that's weird. But it had a what was it, advertising knife?
I think when some of these advertisers I think go through Victorinox, a lot of times they'll put their logo on the main side, and then they'll put their logo on the back.
Yeah,
give them like priority.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool, and I had the idea just to, hey, I got an extra red one with the same logo. Let's put that up there. Just something different. And when it comes to the 91 millimeters, especially, I don't like to go like the really thick ones. It's like the climber for everyday carry is about as thick as I'd want to go. 3 layers.
Right.
Where I have carried my Ranger, but that thing is, that's in your pocket when you got it.
Yeah, Ranger's got a lot of stuff on it.
Yeah, I mean it's just packed full of tools. So, but a Ranger is probably my favorite larger or thicker Swiss Army knife because it's big enough you can still use everything and be comfortable, but it's not too big like a Swiss Champ is.
Right.
So, and the climber, let's see, that is basically a Spartan with scissors and a package hook, I think. Yeah.
All right, so let's walk us through the climber. We won't do this with every knife, but we will couple of them, kind of give some of these people that are newer to them a little more.
My fingernails ain't that great, so we'll start with the, you got the main blade.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows about the main blade.
Mm-hmm.
You got the small blade. That's probably my favorite blade on a Swiss Army knife. Then you have the classic scissors.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the best scissors in the game on a multi-tool. Turn that around. Dude, and I'm not going to pull Randy.
Now, this is what you call your opening layer, right?
Yeah.
Because you open things with these 2 blades.
Yep. So that's the can opener with a little small flathead.
Flathead. Yep.
That one's tough. Why is that one being tough? Hold on. There we go. And then you got your bottle opener with the big flathead. And I guess that's like a wire stripper.
Well, it's supposed to be a wire stripper.
Well, I think what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to cut around the wire and then put that in there and pull it out.
That's kind of my idea.
Yeah.
You like kind of pre-cut it, and then use that as the yank it.
So that's pretty much the main tools on the climber.
Yeah. I also call it a wire bender. So if you want to put it in there and like form the wire, you can do that too.
Yep.
But there you go, climber. So what makes it a climber and a Spartan different is the scissors.
The scissors and the package hook.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes them different. So that package hook, I can pull that out. Yeah, package hook.
There you go.
Like I said, not very useful. It's got some uses, but it's kind of a niche use thing nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not as useful, I guess it was back in the day when you have like packages from, I guess, the post office or whatnot that had, some kind of twine wrapped around them, so you would just hook it and carry it.
Right.
So, and my camera work is shoddy, so apologize.
All right. So I'm going to kind of give you guys here's the basic model, right? This is probably one of the more popular models ever made. And it's sort of what all the other different variations of the 91 millimeters are based on, and it's the Spartan.
Yep.
So you just get your regular 2 layers here. Right. And everything showed by Chris minus the scissors. You got the large blade, small blade, and then the opening layer. There's your large and small blade. Just a little pen knife for the smaller blade. And then there's the opening layer, right? So you can see when they add that third layer, that's what makes it a climber. Now the Spartan varies from the Tinker in that it has the corkscrew, and the Tinker has the screwdriver.
Yep, the Phillips
screwdriver on the back. But you get the 2 tools on the back. Oh yeah, and there's the all blade. Okay, so corkscrew and the all blade. So that's the Spartan, and that's kind of what all the other 91 millimeters are kind of based around. That's sort of the, what would you call it, the base model, I guess.
Yeah, I think originally I think the Spartan was called what, the standard model or the standard?
Yeah, it's called the standard. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can see 90 millimeter for is probably about a quarter inch smaller, something like that.
Yeah, your internet's having a fit, John.
Is it? Well, that's nothing I can do about it.
I know.
Nothing. No. It's been crap all day.
Yeah. I'll carry on if you have a problem.
All right. So there's your Spartan.
The Tinker and the Spartan are just like, I guess they're probably 2 of the most popular models. I know Spartan is. I think Tinker is as well. Like I said, Tinker was my first.
Now here's an example of a Tinker. So you can see where the screwdriver blade was. We have, or excuse me, where the corkscrew was, we have the screwdriver blade. That's pretty much the only difference between the Spartan and the Tinker. Right?
Yep.
Oh yeah, not a ton of differences between a lot of the models change, and then you can call it something else.
Yeah. And Byron had a good idea, and we did that on some, just not all of them. Like pre-open some of these.
Yeah.
I pre-opened some of them.
Yeah, some of them, especially when they were a lot of layers, just kind of have a lot of different ones ready to go. But it's pretty tough to get through all these that I have because of the way that I've got them organized. But let's take you through some of the smaller ones. Now, some of the Victorinox were named the same thing. They have shared name. I'll give you one example. Now, this 74 millimeter. Okay, this is 74 millimeters. This is a size they don't really make anymore. And this is called a companion. And then got a smaller model, also companion. There's an Alox companion, but it's a 58 millimeter. So you can see that it gets a little confusing with that sort of thing because the names aren't always unique to the size or anything like that even. And then sometimes in due time, like they go away for a mile, they come back, and they might be something completely different, but the same name. But Victorinox has sort of a history of naming things for occupations or activities, like a hiker, for example. Something like that.
Climber, mechanic.
Yeah. This one's actually called a student. can't remember the exact size of this one.
Oh, yeah.
It's another Alox model, smooth Alox. And it's just a little 10-pin knife. Older one.
Yeah, I still find it funny they call that the student. Like, yeah, you see a student carrying that nowadays, they try to lock them up.
Mm-hmm. There's another fancier one. I've forgotten the name, but they only made these for a short while. And they have a fancier handle to them. They're like machine turned. And yeah, I don't believe they're made anymore either. They were made for a short time. You can kind of see
Oh,
the
yeah.
machine.
Yeah. That's really nice. Looks like a herringbone pattern.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm just not very good at remembering the
Yeah.
names to a lot of them. Unfortunately, I know that's not a great thing for when you're
Well, I
trying to
mean,
explain it.
there's so many names, and then something like that's. I mean, to most people, even me, is kind of obscure. Like I'm no
Yeah.
expert. Let's put it that way. I just,
Yeah.
you know,
I mean, I just try to collect a lot of different ones, and I don't try
yeah,
to beat myself to death to try to remember the names, but it's definitely no more of a limited one. You're not going to see that every day.
yeah. Because really, I'm not much of a collector, but if you had to say it, the only thing you could accuse me of is being maybe a Swiss Army knife collector to a point.
Mm-hmm.
But I just, I get whatever I like and that I know I will use. If I'm not going to use something, I don't keep it.
It's another thing that I found. I picked up was a
Oh,
Swiss
Swiss
card.
card. Yep.
It's got the built-in magnifying glass on there, right? And then
I had
your
one of those, but I broke
regular
it.
scale tools
Yeah.
that you would have on any knife. You got the tweezers and toothpick. I'll just kind of pull them out a little bit for you there. You can
Yeah.
see them. And then you've got a little nice pair of scissors over here on this side. They're a little larger than your normal ones, but you can see like the base part of it. It's pretty
Yeah.
much the same. Just got a little handle on it. Make it a little more easy to use. And that just stuffs in there. Packs away. And then over here you've got the like multi-tool that slides in there. It's just
Yeah.
different sized blades.
Yeah.
One's a Phillips, even though it's flat, it's really meant to be a Phillips. And then different sizes.
They work in a pinch.
Yeah, they work in a pinch.
Which is what it's made for.
Right. So just some different smaller tool that stays flat. That's kind of the whole idea. Keep it in your wallet or, tuck out of the way. But I'm never going to remember how this goes back in here right off the bat. There we go.
The tiger has joined us.
And this one, I believe, has a light on it. And I'll have to remember how you access that. I've forgotten. It's been forever.
If the battery even still works.
But you have the little knife blade.
Yep.
How do you do it? I forgot. It's been forever. Is there a little switch on it? Yeah, there's a little switch on the side. And then it lights up a little light like that.
Yeah, I had one of those years ago, but I actually carried it in my wallet quite a bit, and it ended up breaking in half after quite a long time. It's tougher than I thought it was. I know that much.
Yeah. I mean, they're not. Yeah, I mean they're not bulletproof, but
no,
they're pretty good.
Yep.
Okay, I got that back in there. Now here's a custom. This one was made by Slippy. He pinned it. He did everything to it. He got scales for it. He really went all out.
Yep.
With some of these I don't even remember what he ended up creating here, but it's got brass liners. This really unusual layout. It's kind of custom. I don't think it exists as any particular model.
Yeah.
It's got like parts from an Explorer on it. Maybe it is an Explorer. I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember now. No, I really don't remember the names of these things anymore.
Yeah, because I got one from him too that I don't remember. He might have told me like what it kind of was close to, but I don't remember.
Well, I remember the Explorer has the magnifying glass on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got one with a wrench.
Yeah,
So
with
yeah,
pliers.
a little different. Yeah.
Pliers, fingernail file. This has got the corkscrew on the back. Brass liners.
There's the brass liners if that's coming out.
Yep.
So yeah, there's a lot of different things, a lot of different ways to kind of collect Victorinox. You can kind of customize and do your own thing. There's just a lot of avenues to take with the collection. You could be a collector of a particular size, particular types of models, older models, newer models. There's so many. There's more Victorinox knives that have been retired than there are available.
Yeah, seriously.
By far.
And that's the thing about it. Some of those models I wish they'd bring back.
There are a lot that people miss, and they're like, "Hey, why don't you bring them back?"
Yeah.
I got another one that's pretty uncommon size wise. This is a 65 millimeter. And this one's pretty cool because it's got you've got the nail clip, so that folds out and then it kind of locks into place. And then you take the handle and you rotate it 180 degrees, and then you can flip it over, and now you've got yourself some nail clippers.
Hey,
So this is called the nail clipper, I think. Nail clip.
Yeah, tell Andrew his sack is in his wife's purse.
Yeah, that's where that belongs. Keep yourself out of trouble. But otherwise, this is just a classic SD. So you got the scale tools on the side, then the scissors on the back, and the little straight, flat nail file, right? Let's see if we can get this other blade out. So there's your normal blades that you'd have on a classic SD.
Yeah.
And actually a classic. I take that back because you don't have the SD tip on the file. Normally you would have a flat edge, but on the older models, which were classics, not classic SDs, you had the tip, the cuticle digger outer, or nail cleaner, whatever you want to call it.
Cuticle pusher.
Yeah, but they figured, you could probably do that with a screwdriver blade too. So they just went with another tool, and there's your scissors on the back. So pretty cool piece. I like that one a lot. 65 millimeter.
Yeah, I'm about to say the only place, like I said, I saw some the other day, but I don't remember how much they cost. But it was pretty cool. I just thought it was cool how they could, just a little engineering that goes into that. It's by itself.
All right. More customs. There's another custom. I believe this one was done. Yeah, this one was done by Blade Bridge. Dan over at Blade Bridge.
Ooh.
You've got the Kiranite type scales on this one.
Yep.
And the red G10 liners. Nice little red nod to the channel here.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes a while to get all these blades out. But the same idea as what you've seen with the Tinker. Right.
Yep.
But he's got his logo on one side. There's the Swiss side, and then It's kind of hard to make it out, but the logos on that side. So yeah, this one again is pinned. Definitely not all of those customs are like that. A lot of press-on fit scales for the custom stuff, but these guys actually pinned them with brass pins.
Yeah, I think that pinning and what they do it with the brass looks good. Looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
And Dave asked, "Do we have any micarta sacks?" That's the only one I got. The green micarta.
We do.
Right
there. I was pulling it out.
Yeah.
Micarta. Welcome back, Micarta.
Up your nose with a rubber hose.
Micarta.
Yeah, I know. I know that show.
Yeah, that was this one. This one's another custom that's wild. It's 3 layers and all kind of funky in here. What's this one give me? It gives me like a, what was that center blade? Holy crap, there's so much stuff on here. So it's not, it's the long file blade.
Yep.
Right. Instead of like the saw blade, you get a long file on it. The old style file.
And that file is handy.
Yeah. So they've kind of mixed old and new on this. It just, you can just do whatever you want, right? Because once you figure out what patterns that you can put where on what layer and what combinations, you can just kind of mix them up.
Yeah.
And do whatever you want. This thing is deadly sharp, I'm going to tell you. So I don't want to be playing around with it too much, but because Dan does some insane sharpening on his.
Yep.
I've also got some fancier ones. They got like etched blades, laser engraved blades. I'll see if I can find one of those before the end of the show. But lots of cool customs. What is this one here? This one different? Nah, just a Spartan. Okay. There. Another scale type that you can get. These are the clear scales.
Oh yeah, the translucent. Or don't they call those the cyber scales as well?
Well, they just call it ruby.
Do they?
Yeah, and they just kind of have to know that means the translucent style. And the other one's sapphire in the blue.
Oh yeah.
So just by the name of the color, you kind of are told that it is. Yeah, and this one is God. This one's nuts too. Another custom, got brass scales. It's got a carbon fiber surround on the magnifying glass.
Now that's fancy.
Mm-hmm. And here's the blades that I'm talking about. You start getting into some fancy stuff.
Oh, scroll work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah. Now Dan didn't do this. He has a friend that does this work for him. Yeah. But I didn't know you were that fancy, John. Yeah, he assembles it, but then he had his friend do the scroll work on the blades.
What if he did that with a laser?
I don't know how it's done, but he did every single blade, man. And to top it off, on the small blade, it was gold plated.
Oh.
Right. Wow. So you get that gold plated and with the fancy on it.
That's bougie is all I got to say.
Is it? A little bit bougie? I guess we'll give you guys a close up look at that.
Yeah.
Let me get some camera work going there.
But that is nice.
Do the manual focus and go through it. Proper look at it. There we go. How's that, guys? Fancy.
Sure is pretty.
All right. Let's give you a look at the main blade again. Just kind of give you a little more idea. But, I mean, he did every single blade.
Man.
Right.
Yeah, it's really nice.
And just to kind of show you how extreme it is. You know, something like the... God, I wish I had longer nails. It's hard to get these nails out. There we go. Okay. I'll just give you an idea.
Yeah,
like
he went
all out.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. I don't even think how much that would cost to have it done by just, I mean, I've seen a few people do that like on, was it Etsy and some other custom modding shops. I doubt that's cheap.
Even on the parcel hook.
Man, that's cool.
It's balls to the wall.
There you go. I
You
want
know?
to get me a bougie Swiss Army knife now.
Bougie. It's a bit bougie. So thanks again to Dan. He just does some fantastic work. He deserves all the props for that. And of course, with that one, you get the guys haven't really had a chance to look at that. They have the little screwdriver you can put inside your corkscrew, and it's just for like scissor, small size for your glasses. If you need to work on those, you can rotate this out. There we go. And you can see it's just a little small screwdriver.
Yeah, you can also get replacements that are like, was it T4 Torx?
Yeah, you can get different types
Phillips
of
and a SIM card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just whatever
you want.
Whatever you want to screw in there. That spot.
Also, you can also get a Fire Steel version too.
That's right. Fire Steel. They're like what they call those fire ants or something like that.
Yeah, fire ants.
Let's look at the scales again.
Because I keep the toothpick replacement in my compact.
Right, translucent. I'll show this again. Just kind of neat. The carbon fiber, you can see a little better there. And then there's a brass surround on it.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah. Super fancy, super cool. So that's probably one of my favorites that I've gotten, just in terms of all out, just going full bore with it. Now here's another I got recently, kind of give you an idea of all the different little things they do. There's so many different handle things that they do straight from Victorinox. This one's 80 years.
Hey, John.
Preventing wildfires. Yes.
John, only you can prevent wildfires.
I know it. Only I can. That's what Smokey told me. I've had the comment up for about a month now. Apologies, guys. Let's kind of read through here. Is anybody saying anything here?
Yeah.
Lost my skateboard SD Classic, so I got an SMKW Bigfoot Classic coming next week. Got to have one.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go. Those are the kind of things you're talking about. You just got some, penguins, trash pandas.
See, at least Swiss Army does, or Victorinox does the branding type stuff better than Case ever thought to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. The options are endless in terms of like what ones you can get, because it's just whatever they bring up, whatever they dream up.
Yeah.
They can do it. There was even a contest winner a while back. They did a Halloween scene for Smoky Mountain Knife Works. You remember that? Do you recall that? I think some of you guys remember that.
I remember hearing about it.
All right. Some other things like this where, you got different variations of the knives with the printing on the side. What is this one? This is a camper. Now the camper is the camper because it has the saw blade, much like we saw earlier with the climber. It has scissors. This is pretty much the same, but has the saw blade. Right.
Yep. Oh, Mike has sent you pics of his wang in your email.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Can't wait to see your wang. Can't wait. What else have I been sent? I don't even know.
I don't know. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Do you like big wings or little wings?
I'm more of a pussycat lover, honestly. Let's
I said, what are
see.
you talking about? I'm talking about Vanger, or
Oh, I don't
Swiss
know
Army
what you're
style
talking about.
knives.
I don't know what you're talking about. But
Yeah,
all kinds of different ones, bigger ones. I've got a Field Master here. You can see how many layers are on that.
yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's another favorite.
Yep.
Field Master's got the screwdriver back, like the Tinker,
Yeah, the
but
Phillips.
got more layers than your normal. There's so many, Chris. There's so many. There's
I
so
mean,
many.
you could go. I mean, if you go look at like the different websites that are dedicated to stuff that show all or most of the models. I mean, if they have all of them, you could
Mm-hmm.
literally sit there and search for hours and hours, just all the different
Um,
models.
I want to say this is the Tinker Light. I could be wrong. So don't shoot me. I can't remember. But the thing that's cool about this one,
They
a
got a
little
light in it.
different. Yeah, it's a little different from your most. It's because it's got, instead of one of those other additional tools, just got
Wait
this
a
little
minute.
plastic deal in there. And if I can turn it on, you can see we've got a
All
light.
right. Wait a minute. That's got a corkscrew on it, so that's not a Tinker.
I'm sorry,
Or I mean, it's
Spartan light,
yeah, yeah,
Spartan light. Sorry, yeah, Spartan light. Um, Obviously that is kind of been dated by
yeah.
better technology of LED lighting. So yeah, I can see why they don't sell something like this anymore. It's not very bright. It's okay. It ain't gonna do much.
Well, for something like that, you would use it like, okay, I'm trying to find
My
my
keyhole,
back porch lights off, and I can't, put my key in the door.
right?
So that's what you would use something like that for.
Why is Tony pulled his pants down behind me? Things like that. You're not
Yeah,
looking to
yeah,
see it very clearly at all. You're
yeah. You're just trying to
get
identify the threat and neutralize it.
right. But see, you can see that is in the normal
Yeah,
position. I
yeah.
guess you would more or less just pull it out to change the batteries. You just kind of keep it there for normal use. But yeah, get away, Tony. Get away. Leave me alone.
Don't forget to blow your safety whistle.
Yeah, SOS. There you go. That is actually the Morse code for SOS, by the way. I memorized it a long time ago. Anyway, there you go. Victorinox. Anything question wise? You guys, anything y'all want to see? Any like other models you want to see? Do you want to see some Vangers? Do you want to see some 84 millimeters? Just let us know in the chat.
And
We're here
Rob
to
Tenring,
we're here
he
to kind
brought
of.
up one of my favorite shows, MacGyver.
That's right, MacGyver.
Yeah,
It
because
got. Just talk a little
well,
bit about that, because when that
because
was in the 80s, I think
80s and
the
early
sales
90s.
the sales of Victorinox
Yeah,
must have just
yeah.
took off, right?
Oh yeah, you know it. Because I remember, like I said, I got my little Tinker when I was 5,
Mm-hmm.
and at that point, I mean that was 1990. So MacGyver was still, you still had new episodes coming on, and that's actually kind of, I think, one reason I started watching it more, because he was using a Swiss Army knife, and I got one of those, and
Mm-hmm.
it just kind of started going back and forth. I was like, yeah, I got to watch MacGyver, and I love the show, still love it, you
Right.
know. Like
Right.
the other night, I was finding episodes and watching it. I think when you were talking,
Right.
yeah,
Well, Byron wants to know our Fab Three. So, like our favorite three sacks. His are the Fisherman, which is a nice one. I have one of those. The Farmer X, the HM Pioneer, which I'm not sure what the HM is. Is that a? Not sure
HM
what that.
Pioneer.
I'm not sure what the HM means. And then his Swiss Army too. All right, so let's get
Yeah,
into some of the Alox. We didn't really show much of those.
yeah.
Uh,
So this is one
one
of
of
my
those.
favorites. Probably one of my favorites Swiss Army knives, period. And it's the Farmer.
Right.
Always, I've had this one. I've had this one right a good while. I don't even know when I bought it, but you got your all. That all right there is probably the best all I think Victorinox does, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different than the all in the back, sharper, a little stouter. And of course, you got your opening layer. That's the same as on the 91. Got your saw and your main blade. Now with the main blade, it is beefier than on the blade on the 91s. A little bit wider, I think, too. So
Yeah.
that's my favorite Alox Victorinox. Now I do want to try the Farmer X, but I just haven't picked one up yet because the scissors I do find very handy. So
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have these organized very well, so
yeah.
can't just quickly pull one out for you. But here is the Warthog one that a lot of people really like.
Yeah.
This is a hiker. You guys already saw the hiker, but you got the special scales on that. Those were DLT exclusives.
Yeah.
I think they may still have some models in this. I'm not sure what, but they had a couple different ones. They had this and some others were similar, but they were like, all based on aircraft, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That one was one I really liked, so I picked that one up. Show you a couple of Alox models if I can find them.
Would probably what Byron was talking about earlier, like I said, the Farmer is one of them. The Compact is probably my favorite everyday carry Swiss Army knife. Yeah, Compact, I love that.
I think Compact is probably, I mean, it's safe to say that's probably one of the best ones they ever made.
Yeah.
Just because it gives you so much in a small size.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I literally, the stuff I keep in here, like, you got your standard plus scales up here, and I keep stuff in that, but I also add more stuff to it, which is pretty cool.
Now here's a Pioneer
scales.
Pioneer X, another really great model. Farmer X is very similar, but 93 millimeter size.
Yeah,
it's a little bit bigger. I guess we should blow up the scales for people to get a good look at that.
Yeah, I forgot to. I ground the key ring off of my Alox Farmer.
Oh, right. It's just aluminum scale. Now they come in different colors too, like limited edition ones.
Yeah, they do limited edition. I think they do a different color every year.
Yeah, they used to do the same model and then they switched over to something else. I can't remember. Was it they were doing Farmers?
I thought it was the Pioneer they did for quite.
Yeah, it was Pioneer, and then they switched to Pioneer X. Yeah, that's what it was. I remember Pete from Jersey Knife Guy. He was kind of unhappy about that because he prefers to have the Pioneer over the Pioneer X.
Yeah.
And then they stopped doing the Pioneer for the special color. They also do it in the SD size, Alox SD.
Yep.
And then one of the larger 111 millimeter ones. I don't recall what it is.
Is it the 111 millimeter, or the 130? I think it's 130, isn't it?
Maybe it's the 130. Anyway, it's a larger one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one. I think it's a 130 because it's got the main single blade on it. I think that's the one.
Got so many in here. They're all mixed up. Here's an unusual one. This one was Singapore's military issue, army issue. It's got black nylon scales on it. You can see they're kind of matte finished, which would make sense if you're in the military. Anything.
Yeah. What also too? Not even that, but it probably got a little more grip to it as well.
Yeah, when it's wet.
Yep.
Nothing too different. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have them all organized. Here's one from Marlboro.
Oh, old school.
This is, you could send off when in the 80s, 90s, they had cigarettes with points that you could send off for different knives. And this was got that one on Boss. but it's just a Spartan, nothing special. Just got
Yeah.
the logo on it.
As many points as that thing probably cost, somebody got cancer, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I don't remember, like, because I never smoked, so I never really. I don't know if that was that something that was, you had to get just a buttload of points to get anything at all, or
I don't know if it's a buttload. No, it won't know. I don't remember it being a bad, because both my parents smoked, and I don't remember it being too terribly bad for a lot of the stuff, but some of the stuff, it was just took a lot of points.
Yeah. Now here's my largest Swiss Army knife. This is the Swiss Champ. They make bigger than this, believe it or not, but this is the biggest one that I own.
Oh yeah, good Lord!
It's probably the most popular of the large models.
You put that in your pocket, your date will ask you, "Are you happy to see me?"
Was it Mark that was doing that, carrying this?
I think it was.
Was it a Swiss Champ or something similar? Anyway, yeah, that's too much for the pocket.
Oh yeah,
I mean
it was either the Swiss Champ or one of the 111 millimeter models, the big ones, like the Hercules or something like that.
Okay,
I don't remember.
Hercules.
Well, and with the Swiss Champ, it's not even the fact that it's just too much carry in your pocket, but it's not very comfortable to use.
No, because like the blade's going to be all the way over here when you're holding the knife. It's not practical. I want to thank Andrew for resubbing. He's now a member of the TK Commando Club.
Also, Andrew had a good point. Why don't the Alox have toothpick and tweezers in them? I know why, from an engineering standpoint, but they can fix that and put plus scales on the Alox version.
Correct. They could.
And they could put back tools on the Alox version. Why? Why can't we have that?
All right, so here is a red Alox model to show you guys.
Oh, now
to give you an idea of some of the colors that they've done.
Did y'all hear that? It's still in the plastic.
No, I just put it in there to protect it so it's not banging around. Pretty easy to scratch these up.
They're made to get scratched up.
Okay. I will take it out of the plastic bag for you and bang it around.
Or you can just carry it in your pocket and
Could
use it.
Could do.
Yeah. Or if you don't want to do that, just send it to me and I'll use it.
I sent you one. You got one.
Yeah, you sent me a nice red Alox one though.
Oh God, here we go. I knew that was coming. Never appreciative. Here's another Alox.
I'm very appreciative. I said thank you, and I've been appreciative many days.
Oh, I know. I'm just teasing. Here's one part of their special color series. This is just a classic SD and Alox. What are they calling this one? Wild Jungle. Right? Sort of a tealish, greenish blue.
Yeah.
Kind of nice. Wild Jungle. Like that one a lot, color-wise. So I picked that one up. So yeah, all of these are just like, I've got too many to use them all. No sense using them. I mean, I've got too many.
Yeah.
Here's another one still new in the package. What the hell is this? This is a camper. But they stopped putting the print on there. So it's kind of a collector's piece because they've got the lettering on there.
Yeah. See, Thomas agrees with me about the Alox.
Just use it, right?
No. About putting this plus scales, having like plus scales and back tools on Alox.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Here's an old one, kind of give you an idea of some old packaging.
Ooh.
Still in the box. This one has a little red LED on it, but it's kind of dated because it's not very bright and it's kind of pointless. It's enough to find, like, the keyhole in your car when you're trying to find the ignition or something. But again, what are you doing? I'm not shining that. That's not me shining that.
No, that's me.
You're fooling the audience over here. Like, I think we're pulling off magic tricks.
No, I'm showing them how powerful my little red LED is.
Okay.
little photon light.
Here's another style of packaging. This one is my favorite color of hunter green. Never been removed from the packaging. They used to use these little tubes, still sealed in there.
That's cool.
So, kind of a little different.
I got to keep on reminding myself, you're a collector.
I am.
Yeah, so.
I don't use all of my knives. Shoot me.
You don't want me to do that.
Oh, you got a gun. I forgot. Here's a sapphire example.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Translucent blue. Now, what is this one? This one is just a Spartan.
Yeah.
Just a Spartan. But again, old packaging. You know, little slide out box. Right. So, yeah. Another special one. This one's from my hunted bunny. This was Olympic 1996.
Oh, yeah.
Executive 74 millimeter. Got the flame logo on there. The Atlanta 96 Olympics where there was that bomb that went off, if you guys recall.
Did it come with a bomb fragment?
Nah, it didn't.
Damn.
It sounds like it might fool you into that. But yeah, a little green box it comes with. Pretty cool. And they made about 5 different ones of these, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And they did make them quite a number of years for the Olympics for different years, but I'm not sure they do that anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. What else would I got in here? Is that one I showed? No. This is an Excelsior. A little different. Got the oval style handle. Excelsior. They don't make this one anymore. This one is discontinued. I believe I got this one from Ray over at North Star Knife Reviews. So thanks to him.
Nice.
There you have that. Little pen knife. Kind of like this one I showed you earlier.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Same idea. Pen knife. Also, I don't have it over here, but they have some really nice, like pruning blades.
Yeah.
Single bladed little plastic handled ones, like nylon plastic handles. Those are great knives.
And very affordable.
Mm-hmm. They're so if you want to get into something other than just the Celador. Probably again another one of my favorites as far as that list goes, Byron, is the Super Tinker. That's definitely high on my list. I like a deluxe Tinker and I like a Super Tinker. Great set of tools on this.
I think
the cutting layer, the opening layer, which I won't show you again, and then scissors.
I think at some point I like to get all the Tinkers because I know you got the small Tinker, the regular Tinker, Super Tinker, and Deluxe Tinker.
This is basically a climber.
Yeah.
But the screwdriver blade.
Yeah.
Instead of the corkscrew.
It's a Tinker with the scissors and the package hook.
Exactly. So that one's a great one. And the parcel hook, you would think, oh, what's that useful for? All right, go grocery shopping. Put your plastic bags inside there and then carry it like that.
Yeah.
Makes it handy. Right. All kinds of different. All kind of different.
Yeah, if you search around, trust me, you can find ideas on uses for that. I'm not going to say anywhere to go, but you just search, you'll find it.
Yeah, I know people that use they use it for carrying, taking like camping. If you have like something or pail or something with you can use that to lift that off the fire. Your hand. Stuff like that.
Yeah. I've actually done that before. It does work. Just, you got to be kind of quick with it because the heat's still rising from the fire. So it's
still kind of close to your knuckles. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll burn the hair off your knuckles a little bit. Maybe.
Well, I don't want the hair burn off my knuckles.
Nobody does.
Then my Bigfoot cousin might not recognize me.
Oh, that's right. Sasquatchy.
Yeah.
Did I show this one? This was a gift from my wife.
Oh, the Sentinel.
The Sentinel. This is the one hand open. They have
Yeah.
another one that's not one hand open. But as you can see, you got the Spyderco-esque hole there.
Yep.
For your pterodactyl blade. Oop. There we go. Been a while since I handled this one.
And it's not serrated, for the love of God.
Yes. It's not serrated. Pterodactyl blade.
I will never understand.
Also, this is designed to be pushed to the right. So if you're a lefty,
Yeah.
very, very good knife for a left-hander. Maybe not so much for a right-hander. So finally, advantage lefty.
Well, that was the one time Victorinox was wrong.
Yeah, there goes my audience. Everybody left, all but 10%. But, yeah, so that's kind of a nice smattering there, and we're just about at an hour. So let's just kind of wrap up with some comments. I got Terry saying, I love my Alox champ. I just wish the screwdriver and can opener was a pair of scissors. See, that's what it is. They're like, if you customize it, you could get it tweaked just the way you wanted. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But word of warning, if you go down the custom route, hate to say it, you think you'll find your perfect one and you'll be happy, but there's a good possibility you won't.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be like, hey, you'll give you more ideas and you'll just keep on going down a rabbit hole. It never stops.
Let's see here. We've got a comment from Obsessive EDC. Welcome, by the way, Obsessive. He says, sucks. Rob, all-time fave. I've got a few, though. Thankfully, the real McGoober knife.
Yeah.
Okay. Thomas Howard, MD. Good to see you, Thomas. Been a while. Says, changed out the pipes for Vance and Hines on my new Harley the other day, just for fun. Used the parcel hook as a spring puller. I've done that, too.
Yeah.
I had a recliner where the spring came loose. And, boy, it ain't easy to do with your hand. You definitely need a tool for that, right? And that worked a treat for putting that spring back on. So I can definitely see that. More comfortable than the tool supplied by V&H. There you go.
Yeah.
I like the one with the button under the shield. Yeah, I've got one of those with the light.
Yeah, the button under the... You talking about with the light, or is he talking about the lock?
The one with the button under the shield. Oh, you talking about like the Wenger one with the switch that goes down like a light switch?
No, it's not the slide lock. It's the other one, the newer ones they got, the Ranger Grip series, I think, or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
The shield is the button to lock the blade.
Yeah, that's like the one I showed in the package earlier. It's got the same kind of thing. Okay. What else we got? A little earlier comment. You have mentioned the Super Tinker before. Yeah. The other favorites, Byron, I forgot to mention. I would say, man, I really, really like just the Alox Bantam. Just super slender, no nonsense, 2 blades, right? And another favorite would probably be, for a larger one, I like the Fieldmaster, but that's a bit much. Deluxe Tinker, Deluxe Tinker, Super Tinker.
Yeah.
Probably Alox Bantam.
Now, I'll tell you another one of my favorites, and I carried this one actually in my pocket, just like a regular pocket knife for quite a few years, was the one-handed tracker or tracker. So that's basically the Sentinel, but it's got the saw, the opening
more
layer.
blades on it. Right.
I've
got this larger one, but I don't remember the name of it.
Yes,
so.
it's just like that, except it's got just the regular black handles on it.
Okay. Now this one, Mikey got it for $5. He found it amongst a bunch of Chinese stuff, and the guy didn't know what he had.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. See, that right there, I carried one of those with the regular black handles for like a couple years because I was working. I want to say I was working on the horse and hay farm at the time.
All right. So that one's got the main blade, then your opening layer,
Yeah.
and then on this side.
And the can opener on that, or the bottle opener locks open.
Is that another blade? No, that's just fooling me over here.
And there's saw in there.
Where is it?
Where is it? It's in there.
It's so locked in there, I can't see how you get to it. What the hell? Oh, okay. Yeah. It's
you got that.
You got to understand it's like angled, so you can't see the top of the blade.
Oh, I don't want to hear it. You got that.
Anyway, there you go. So there's a nice long saw blade.
Yeah. Now that saw works really well because it's so much longer than say like one on a standard 91 millimeter.
Definitely give you more.
Yeah.
Action. And then on the back, screwdriver.
Yep.
And all.
Does that one got scale tools in it?
No scale tools.
See, the one I had, the black one, it had scale tools in it.
Yeah, kind of that.
If I remember correctly, it did.
More of a tactical type handle on it, I guess.
More grippy handle.
Yeah, it's nice. It's really nice. Got great action on that blade.
Yep.
Again, it's got the serrations. I know you don't like that, but.
Well, I mean, it looks like a damn butter knife.
Yeah, it is what it is, brother.
Sometimes
you need to cut a steak while you're out.
Now I can do that with a regular edge.
All right. It's nice to have variation. Anyway.
No, you don't need serrations.
But again, you got to kind of go back to. You kind of got to go back to this one to be my all-time favorite, just because of the amount of effort put into it, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
But that's not off the shelf, so I wasn't going to include that. That's just it's just ridiculous. Look at the work. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I think that's going to wrap it up, fellas. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. We could have gone on for another 2 hours talking about all these things if we were showed every little aspect of it.
Yeah.
There's also somebody just mentioned the Cyber Tool. That's another great one.
Yeah.
If you can find that one's a cool one. There's also the XLT series with the little 1/4-inch drivers where you can switch them out.
It's got a little driver holder in there.
There's one I didn't even show. I forgot. It has a clock on it, right?
Yeah. Timekeeper, I think.
There's one with the analog clock, and there's one with a digital clock.
Yeah.
I got the one with the digital clock. Matt actually has the old one, the timekeeper.
Does it work?
I think so. He may have sold it. I'm not sure.
What?
Yeah, he may have sold it to Dan. I'm not sure. You have to ask. You have to ask him. But there's so many out there. Randy, before he passed, I know had the one with the space shuttle on the side. That's a fantastic knife.
Yeah.
And when they took up on the space shuttle that exploded, actually, I think with the teacher. I think that was the trip they had that on there with it.
Wasn't that Challenger?
Could have been.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a little kid. Like really little.
I was in high school, but yeah, it blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if there's a knife you didn't see today, I guarantee you there's probably one out there that will fit your bill, fit your needs. They make so many different ones.
Yeah. But if you're on the fence, get that one.
What's that?
The compact.
I would say that's a primo knife.
Yeah.
That's one that's going to make a lot of people happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little more expensive, but
yeah,
it's worth it for the scale tools, extra scale tools.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Great combination of blades.
Yep.
And nice compact size.
Yep. 2-layer.
There you go. There's some recommendations for you.
Yep. Pick one up. Go get it.
All right. That's going to do it for us. Thank you guys for coming in. Really appreciate Chris coming on and participating in this lovely discussion on Victorinox. We'll probably revisit this at some point. I mean, it's just too much to cover in one show.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
The Challenger, yeah, 1986.
Oh, what? Then I was 1 year old.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There you go. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week. Take care.
Later, guys.